Hello, hello, I'm Tokusatsu, and this is part 4 of my approximately 59-part series analyzing Damn Evil Vicious Mouse's replay pack. He is playing as, I'm guessing, Wehrmacht. He's not Panzer Elite now, is he? Yes, he's Wehrmacht, and he is playing versus the inimitable Seph on Longra. Seph is playing as the American. Seph is a legend in Company of Heroes, and I suppose Damn Evil Vicious Mouse himself is perhaps a legend, and we see him double building his Wehrmacht quarters just as he double built his Wehrmacht quarters back in the first replay in this series. If you want to go all the way back and watch that, you are more than welcome to. If you don't, then go fuck yourself. We have a motorcycle coming out of the Wehrmacht quarters right off the bat. Going to do some harassment here on Longra, try and keep the opponent off any of those important points. Seph's first or second engineer over to this little fuel, just grab that right next to his base. And his second engineer, or his first, over this plus 10 fuel. So Seph going heavy on the fuel, looking to tech up to something fairly soonish, whereas we have more munitions heavy capping order from Damn Evil Vicious Mouse. And of course his capping will be slightly slowed because he's got a motorcycle instead of the rifleman that Seph has got. Looks like we have the rifleman going for this link, the lamb shank sort of shaped link, and yep, these engineers are going to get that fuel no problem before the motorcycle shows up, and in fact get quite a bit of damage on the motorcycle, which does not decide to do the little pushy thing. There's really not a lot of reason to use your motorcycle to push engineers around unless you have someone close by to help shoot the engineers, because while the motorcycle is doing all its pushing antics, it's really not going to be getting a lot of shots in on the engineers, and in fact they'll probably take a couple too, so and of course, being unable to kite, he cannot drive backwards on a motorcycle. He's only able to get a couple hits in. And so, Seph real quick, linking up his fuel, and then just sending his engineers on the left on a sort of leisurely capping route, and then being super aggressive on the right. But, of course, he runs into the MG42, one of the first units that should always be out for a Wehrmacht player. And that's very nice for the Wehrmacht. Gets some really good damage in on these riflemen. I'm not sure how much of that was from the MG42, how much was from the Pios and the bike, but, really good damage, really good killing from the Wehrmacht here. So far, most of the damage he's taken is on his motorcycle, and as long as that doesn't explode, he'll be fine, because he can just repair it, and it repairs super fast because it has such little health. So things are sitting pretty for the Wehrmacht player. Fairly even in terms of capping. Both of them have plus 10 fuels. And both of them plus 5. So basically even in terms of capping, although we probably have a head start with that engineer on the left. And here we see the first split in capping order, the first big split. We have a VP being capped by this Pioneer right here versus the fuel being capped by these guys. So, and the Americans, of course, pulling a little ahead in terms of capping. That's what you get for not going motorcycle first, or not going Jeep first, as the case might be. And these riflemen are content just to chill in this house, wiring off these hay bales so they can't be green cover for the enemy. Content to chill in the house. It does give them oversight on this big munitions point, so nobody caps that. And that's pretty much it. Can't really stop these people from capping it, and the riflemen are sort of stuck in the house. Oh no, this machine gun's pretty far off. He's being very defensive, just trying to keep the Pioneers safe. He's looking to establish a resource hold at this point in the game. And careful with the bike. You don't want to get too close to this rifleman. Even though they are capping, they can put out some damage, and doing the more sensible thing, going out to a fairly long range along with the Fuchsgrenadiers, and good job, grabs this house. Normally, of course, you don't want to get this close to riflemen, but he saw an option to grab this house. If he had not grabbed the house, the rifleman could have just popped in it. That would give them the cover they need to sort of shoot it out with the Fuchsgrenadiers. So, nice job there catching those riflemen with this machine gun. That's one of the benefits of setting it really far back. Instead of, like, he could have set it here and sort of just shot at these guys for quite a while, get some damage in on the riflemen. But by setting them up real far back, he was out of the opponent's sight range. And so the riflemen thought they were safe, and they just waltzed in where most people normally would not have a machine gun at all. And of course, he did have a machine gun there. And since the opponent wasn't expecting it, he waltzed right into it, got suppressed, had to run away. Flemmenwerfer 42 complete. Alright, here we go. Shooting, 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 setting up. And the riflemen get the decap on that strap point. So now the Wehrmacht is unlinked from all his resources, even though he's got this thing in the center that doesn't really matter because he's not linked up to anything. So he's going to have to re-establish connection really soon if he wants to get back in the game, because all of a sudden the United States is swarming all over the map. And, well, I don't know. If the Wehrmacht can hold off this flank, things will look good. Oh, very nice machine gun retargets. I'm not sure if that was Damnable Vicious Mouse doing it or just the riflemen themselves doing it, but now that he's got the flamers and the machine gun in here, it's going to be a very tough nut for the American to crack. Really can't do it. He's getting suppressed over here, flamed over here, retreating over here. Enemy units showing up. Americans just cannot get the pin down. Seph doesn't have grenades or anything like that. Didn't have a flamer along for the ride, so there's no way he's going to be able to push those people out without taking massive losses. Probably couldn't even push them out at all. Just too many people in that building. Straight fast teching so for Seph, supply air to motor pool. So that's your answer for why he didn't have grenades or anything to push them out. And oh, quick swapperoonie there. We're going to have to see how this works out for the engineers. Wehrmacht doing the right thing, pulling backwards, get out of the range of that flamer, and you got no problems. That building's on fire. So Americans definitely paying for their fast tech by losing position on the map, but that's alright. They're still doing fairly well. That cutoff they had for a little while should put them more or less on par with the Wehrmacht. And look at map control. It's about even. The all-important plus 16 is to the Wehrmacht. He's got these two, Americans got these two, you know, yeah, it's looking pretty even. This is the big point of contention between the two, but it's very nice for the Americans. They have this plus 10 fuel, so that's very important for them. That gives them 2 plus 10 fuels versus 1 plus 10 fuel for the Wehrmacht. So don't forget about this sort of weird corner of the map. Slightly easier for the bottom player to get to it, but definitely assaultable by both players, and this is a very important plus 16 munitions, very important plus 10 fuel. You see most of the fighting over this sort of place because it's such an easy place to fight over, but in terms of resources, yes, it's plus 10 munitions. It's not useless or anything, but very, very important to think about these two things. The income is higher from them, and if you spend the whole game fighting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth over this, it's going to be whoever owns this and this that ends up winning, pretty much, because maybe not winning, but certainly winning the resource war, if not the game, because that's where the goodies are. Never forget about the fuel lets you tech up. Don't forget about the munitions let you turn the tide of battle. Here's a nice little pincer movement. These riflemen, yeah, can't really do it. Very nice. I like how Damnable Vicious Mouse, at least a couple times this match, maybe even more, he's really kept his machine guns farther back than you typically see MG42 set up by the Wehrmacht player, and by doing that, he's got the opponent to waltz into these sort of traps. If the American player doesn't see an MG42, they're not going to be able to avoid the MG42. And so when it's far back out of the opponent's line of sight, you're able to just open up on them when they get sort of closer into you, and then they don't really have a choice. They have to retreat because they're so far into enemy territory that they can't just walk backwards. They're already suppressed. And anyways, we do have this fast tech at 7 minutes 30 seconds about. Seph's armored car comes out, M8 armored car, probably upgrading the machine gun on the top right now. He's already got the side skirts, you can tell, because half of the wheels are covered up. And right on cue from Tier 2, it's the AT gun, the Pak-38, which is extremely dangerous for the M8. Just a couple good hits from behind, that thing's dead. So Seph's going to have to be extremely careful with how his M8 goes, and does have 50 cal on top, really gives him the power to fight his infantry. The M8 not so fantastic against infantry. His guy actually got a couple good hits with his main gun. Wow, this is really hurting that funk squad. But you notice neither of those hits from the main gun killed anybody. It was the 50 cal finishing him off. So, wow, again, a direct hit on the Pioneers doesn't kill anybody. That is a extremely weak main gun on the M8. I thought it was a lot better than that, but 3 times now it has failed to kill people up. That one finally killed. But, oh, here's the Pak-38, and we should see that Seph is so good at this game. Gets his gets his M8 out of there immediately before taking a second shot. Did he know the Pak was there? No. Did he predict the Pak was there? Probably. And he's able to pull that one off. And also, very good job from Seph. He's probing over here, although still that MG42 is there. Interesting that hasn't moved. And he's probing over here in a dual-pronged assault. So this is what separates the good from the great from the perfect. How many places are you attacking at once? How split up are your units? Seph does not have any 2 people next to each other at all, except for these guys. And they have an excuse. They were repairing the M8. There's a fly flying in front of my monitor. Go, oh, stupid fly. What was I saying? Panzerschreck. Okay, so it's going to be slightly more dicey for the M8. The more anti-tank on the field, the less it can just drive around like a crazy monkey and go places. So nice that he'll break through here to get access to this MG42, but unfortunately it is Mine City. 3 sets of mines, one of which the M8 hit. And like I was saying, Seph, being wily, got his riflemen down here, engineers up here, and we're going to have more riflemen coming out of the base pretty soon, and probably another M8, unless he's getting an AT gun. That would be kind of interesting. I don't think he has to worry about the Wehrmacht, although they do have a decidable fuel... Decidable? Is that a word? decisive is what I wanted to say, whether or not decidable is a word. Look at this green car. I like that green car. Wehrmacht, I was about to say, has quite a bit of fuel. Ooh, this guy's gonna get hurt. Is he? No, he's getting lucky. Not too many criticals. You do have to penetrate the armor of a vehicle to do any damage, and although the motorcycle has very little armor, there are chances where things will just bounce off it. Oh, this guy's fucked. Oh, a minesweeper, that's cute. Yeah, you're fucked. And, veterancy. Ooh, this is getting ugly. Ooh, repairing the M8, they got shot because you... Oh, God, everything's dying! So we lost engineers repairing the M8 because they take super extra damage while repairing, and that means the mines are hidden again. That's bad. But then we lost a Volksreiter squad to these very nice riflemen sniping out of here, so that's not at all good. Although, you notice, damn evil vicious mouse, fantastic job, must have thrown a grenade or something or killed some really good riflemen and has the cutoff over here. So this is how you know both these players are experts. So much stuff going on all across the map, and like I've been trying to say for 20 minutes now, don't hit the outhouse. Okay, is that an outhouse? Yeah, I think so. That's where people shit. Like I've been trying to say for like 20 minutes, damn evil vicious mouse commanding fuel lead. He's got 163 fuel in the bank, and whoa, what's it? What are your Pack 38? There's a mine right there. Don't do that. Okay, yeah, run away. That's dangerous. And another Pack 38 completed, so that's what he's spending his money on. Got a lot of fuel, so he can go for veterancy, go for another tier, go for a vehicle, although, you know, the only vehicle he can get in a tier 2 is oh man, that's a dead M8. Must have hit it with a Pack 38 or a Shrek. See, so much stuff going on. I've been a horrible commentator, haven't shown you what's going on. Sorry guys. If only there was a rewind button. StarCraft 2 has a real rewind button. That's a pretty interesting thing. It's a lot of work to put rewind buttons in. You'd think it'd be easy, but no, it's very difficult. And so this M8's going to be in a world of hurt if his pack gets a shot in. As it stands, the Shreks are getting shots in. These guys are low health, which means pretty soon they're going to get picked apart. Oh, another pack. That's not good. You might be dead. You might be dead. I want to look over on the right because there's something going on. But, okay, we can check if you die later. Oh, man, I should have looked slightly earlier. Looks like another grenade blew those riflemen apart. Very nice micro by damn evil vicious mouse. Able to really get some kills on Seph while he's not looking. But, looks like the M8 is getting away if you watch the minimap. And, frankly, if you were Seph and you were thinking about what would you micro, probably what you want to do is take your M8, right-click back in your base. He'll choose the fastest route to go there because you've already decided to show your back. He's not backing out. He's just turning tail and running. And then worry about microing the rifleman, which is perhaps what he was doing, perhaps not what he was doing. That guy's on fire. That's unfortunate. These guys should hop into the red cover because that way the flamethrower would... Oh, no! Look at that. Vet 1 rifleman squad down. That might be game right there. Small things like that can just add up. The M8 plus the rifleman squad. Oh, no, but we did lose the Volksreiter squad a while ago, so it's not the end for Seph. What might be the end for Seph is this map domination. Wehrmacht managed to decap, perhaps even cap these 3 points, so Seph was cut off and not earning anything. Even though Seph is now capping the back, he still doesn't have this point, still doesn't have this point. Like I said before, if you spend your time fighting over here and your opponent owns these two things, you're gonna lose, and Seph has not spent all his time fighting over here, but he has not been able to take this point and this point away from damn evil vicious mouse, so he's gonna be really hurting for the resources compared to vicious mouse, and we'll have to see how that ends up playing out. And Vicious Mouse, of course, has used his Comp Craft Center to buy some veterancy for, I imagine, infantry. Yes, we do have that one, infantry, and these engineers need to book it. Book it. The objective is... I couldn't quite hear what they said. Let's turn up my volume. I have an inline volume control on my headphones. How are we doing? What's going on? Yeah, not fantastic map control for the Americans, and really hurting with these squads killed. 1 rifle squad, 2 rifle squads. Yeah, down to 2 rifle squads. That's not good. Versus 2 grenadiers and a Volksreiter. Well, that's not awful, but we'll see. We'll see how this works. Ooh, escalate to assault phase. We have tier 3 ready. Oof, losing riflemen left and right. This could get very bad for Seph. Pull out. Especially because he has no healing back at base. So, yeah, oh, ow, they stopped retreating, because people do that sometimes, because this game has problems, and, why aren't you cloaked? Nice that he's able to keep this thing alive for so long, but a wonderful shot from the Shrek is gonna make this guy pack up and go home fairly soon. It's all about getting enough damage in on the M8 so that they're not trouble for you. Pak-38s are great at that. Panzerschrecks are great at that. Obviously, best case scenario is hunt them down and kill them, but of course, all you really need to do to win any specific battle is put enough damage on the M8 so that it can't keep fighting. That's all you have to worry about in the short term, and winning those short-term battles can end up to long-term victory, especially if to kill the M8 you would have to sacrifice. Look at how pretty these guys are lined up. Oh, not anymore. You know, it's nice to kill the M8 or something like that, but don't always be totally focused on killing your opponent's vehicle. Sometimes it makes more strategic sense to let your opponent's vehicle go, even if it's conceivable that you could kill it, because chasing it would just entail so many losses or get you out of position or something. There can always be bad things that happen whenever you chase the opponent's vehicle. So just because it's down to a sliver of health and you know you can kill it, or you're pretty sure you can kill it, or you think you can kill it, or there's a chance you could kill it. Oh, that's why the Pak-38 was uncloaked. That machine gun was watching over it, so he was baiting the rifleman into it. Or it was a mistake, I don't know. But just because you can kill it doesn't mean you always should. There's always going to be times where it makes more sense to let the enemy vehicle go and just deal with it another day. Because yeah, Seph really on the back foot here, having to back-tech to a weapons support center to break out of here, looking at a mortar, maybe a sniper, something to deal with these machine guns and grenadiers that his M8 is not able to take on because of the Pak-38s and because of the Shreks. So, poor Seph, difficulty breaking out. He does have bars. We'll have to see, boom, boom. Let's click on the Kampfkraft Center. No Vet 2 coming up yet. Vet 2 helps quite a bit against bars. Nice grenade, kills 3 riflemen. That's going to force the retreat. It's just not looking good for Seph. We have mines set up every goddamn place. He lost his minesweepers a while ago, but he bought another one because he's Seph and he knows what he's doing, and he knows there's mines everywhere. So, love this mine placement by Damn Evil Vicious Mouse. Look at his munitions. He's got plus 48 income, which is nothing to sneeze at, but he has basically no munitions because he keeps finding grenades and mines and all this. Oh! When you're laying mines, you both go in the same spot, which means the M8 manages to kill 2 at once. That was a very lucky M8. Almost hit those mines. Maybe he's map hacking. He's not map hacking. But is he? No, he's not. But is he? No, he's not. Rifleman. Yeah, I don't see how Seph is going to come back from this one. He's looking ugly. And kablamo. Kablamo, kablamo. We have a tier 4 completed from Damn Evil Vicious Mouse. Anything building? Yes, a Panzer IV. So that's a nice, good thing to choose when your opponent has not chosen a doctrine, or you don't know if your opponent has chosen a doctrine. It's very unlikely the Panzer IV is going to be worthless. In fact, oh, double grenade. He throws a grenade into the building and at the exit and somehow manages to basically not kill anything. We do have a mortar firing from Seph. A good choice, it turns out. 1 kill, and it's really going to force the Wehrmacht back, so that might let him get some breathing room, but notice he's still got this whole part of the map locked down, plus 16, plus 10. Pretty big deal. Going to be very difficult for Seph to break out. So yeah, Panzer IV, kind of like the Sherman, the workhorse sort of tank, never going to be obsolete. It can shoot infantry, it can shoot tanks, it can shoot vehicles, it can shoot itself. No, it can't. Can't turn the barrel 180 degrees unless you also swivel the turret, in which case you won't be there to shoot. So is this going to be a sniper? What do you think? I'm predicting sniper. Come on, sniper. Oh yeah. Sniper, sniper, sniper. This guy is dressed interestingly. Do. And we're moving out. Alright, so that was a mine. Oh. Very lucky Rifle Squad got out of there. 1 guy left, but very unlucky actually. 5 kills for a mine is very good. And this is going to be bad. Seph is not really going to be able to break out here, it looks like. We'll have to see. Poor Seph. So, what does Damn Evil Vicious Mouse do right in this match that we can all learn from? Oh, look at this. Kaboom. I'm trying to think back. Ooh, an Austrian flak panzer completed. Very nice. He handled the M8s exceedingly well. I'm not sure how he killed the one in the base, but he certainly killed the one here. He handled the M8s very well. I think it was neutralizing the advantage of the Americans' inherent capping power in the early game. The Americans are very strong in the early game because they have these riflemen running all over the map, just flaming into the fog of war, trying to kill this mine that Seph laid somehow. Americans are very... How did you have a damaged engine? I guess you ran over another mine. Americans are very strong in the early game because their riflemen are very good at capping. They can run all over the map and take a bunch of points and stuff, and they can flank you, and there's 6 people, so they don't have to retreat until they've lost a few. But damn, Evil Vicious Mouse handled that extremely well after he started getting his MG42s out. With the aid of his MG42s, he placed them sort of back into the fog of war where you wouldn't... Did that Panzer IV just hit the mortar, and then it did damage to the mortar's health bar but not to the crew, and so it didn't hurt anybody? That's funny. So, good job by damn Evil Vicious Mouse keeping his MG42s back farther from where you would normally think you would see an MG42, and so that way he was able to lure the Americans into the MG42, and then once they're suppressed and pinned, they can't crawl back. They're too far forward to crawl back, so they have to retreat all the way to their base, and when you've got them back and forward, retreat all the way back to your base, get pinned, retreat all the way back to your base, that's just wasting a lot of time for the Americans, and they're just not able to cap as much stuff and be all over the map the way that the Americans normally want to be. And because of that, he was able to hold this point and this point the entire time in the game. He was able to get to Tier 2, get the Pak-38s in time to hold the M8s at bay, and then was able to stay at Tier 2, earn enough resources to get his Grenadiers kitted out with Panzerschrecks. That put the M8s completely on the back foot, allowed him to buy infantry veterancy, establish infantry superiority, and then eventually take up to 2-4, win the entire game. But it was his fantastic use of MGs that got him there in the first place, so that's one of the main takeaways. My neck still hurts. What else is going on? Good use of mines, too, by the way. Good use of wire to funnel the opponent into mines and into kill zones from the MG42s. Good job being sexy. I don't know what he looks like. Someone send me a picture of damn Evil Vicious Mouse so I can decide if I want to masturbate to it. Just kidding. That's a pretty long shot. No dead Austrian yet. No dead Panzer IV yet, though. That's impressive. Happy. Oh wow, that got that from killing the Austrian. That was a really long shot. Look at that. I can't even fit him on my screen. I got to go sideways to do that. Thank you, widescreen. HD. Yeah, this is ugly. Seph is still fighting though. He's got a fighting spirit. Something like that. The announcer just said something. I don't know. But we have Inspired Assault and Firestorm, so maybe we'll see some Firestorms. He's driving into the base. He's going to get sight. And with sight comes Firestorm. Firestorm very devastating against U.S. buildings, as we're about to see. This is going to be exciting. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm pumped. You pumped. I'm pumped. Firestorm! Boom, boom. Yeah, like that. And then it keeps falling for the next 20 minutes. See? Keeps falling. Firestorm. Oh, right! Oh, you guys got fucked! Oh, there's exciting stuff going on, but yeah, that was a fun Firestorm. Oh, and we have a V1, but not enough munitions yet. But he will soon. You know why? Because he's had this plus 16 the entire match. Alright, that adds up. I said it adds up, and it adds up. What did I say, guys? I'm prescient. Yay, he'll get the munitions from it just by salvaging this thing. Look, see? Look at all the munitions you get from salvaging. That's pretty impressive. Like, don't forget about salvaging. Most people forget because, like, salvaging, right? But, it just bought him enough for a V1. And so, drive into the base. Oops, something blew up. Right? No, unit sniped. 1 kill. 6 kills. Are we gonna see a V1? Yes, we are. When you hear the noise, let me know. Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? Where are you, V1? You see Seph running for the hills. Boom! Blammo, schlammo, whammo. Luckily he got all those people out, but still impressive. Oh. Engineer dead. So yeah, this is a sorry looking base. Look at that. Too bad. So the lesson here is don't eat V1 rockets to the face. If you're a fan of V1 rockets, you might enjoy Gravity's Rainbow, the famous postmodern novel by renowned author Thomas Pynchon, which is largely about V2 rockets, but that's alright, they're the successors to the V1. That's a good book. I read that book in 2 days. Those were two I didn't do anything else those 2 days, I'll put it like that. And now we have a lot of tanks. That's 3 Panzer IVs. We only need 4 to have 4 Panzer IVs, and that would be 2 4s. That would be an 8. It would be like having a Panzer 8. I don't think they ever got to Panzer 8. Or maybe they kept numbering them like Panzer 5, 6, 7 after the war. I know a Panzer 5 was a King Tiger, I believe. Or maybe it's a Panther and a Panzer 6 was a King Tiger? I think a Panzer 5 was a King Tiger. But I don't know, maybe in Germany today they're up to like Panzer 13 or something. That would be funny. 13 is an unlucky number. You should skip Panzer 13. No, you shouldn't. Unlucky number doesn't mean anything. That Pioneer's gonna die. Is he? Is he? Die. Nope, no he's not. Man, Seph just got shot a lot this match. That certainly didn't help too. So, I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you want to see more, you can always play Company of Heroes yourself. It's a game. Is that a sticky bomb? Or is this a sticky bomb? Right in the treads, too. That's a nice place to get a sticky bomb. Alright, see you guys.